Peace, peace. Welcome to Real Talk with Bobby G, the voice of New York. Today's topic is Louisiana grapples with power outages as Hurricane Ida death toll rises. We all heard about Hurricane Ida, and some of us probably experienced it, as well as the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, and some other places. But, so hundreds of thousands remain without power in Louisiana after Hurricane Ida brought extreme winds, flooding to New York, to United States. Still reeling in the wake of Hurricane Ida, people in the United States in the U.S. states of Louisiana now face the challenge of finding generators or fuel to power them amid continuing power outages, as one energy company warned that it could take weeks to fully restore electricity to hard-hit areas. The extreme winds from Ida, which made landfall in Louisiana as a Category 4 hurricane last weekend, knocked out power to more than 1 million homes and businesses across the state before bringing torrential rains and flooding to New York, New Jersey, and surrounding areas. Many Louisiana gas stations remain without power, keeping them from operating and making it harder for residents to fill generators. I had to wait about 40 minutes today. Aaron Love, a 49-year-old construction worker, told the Reuters news agency in New Orleans, where he was lined up at a fuel station to wait for gasoline, third straight day. I was waiting between 2 and 4 hours in the last couple of days, Lowe said. Full restoration of electricity to some of the hardest hit areas of the state could take until the end of the month, the head of Outages, Louisiana, said on Saturday. Ida damaged or destroyed more than 22,000 power poles, more than Hurricane Katrina, Zeta, and Delta combined. At least 5,200 transformers failed and nearly 26,000 spans of wire. The stretch of transmission wires between poles were down. The level of devastation makes it quite difficult or near impossible to get in and fully access some places, said Entergy President and CEO Philip May of 5 southeastern Louisiana parishes facing the longest delays. The company is estimating full power restoration by September 29th or even longer for some customers, although May said that was a no later than date with the hope of earlier restoration. As of Saturday morning, power had been restored to more than 327,000 customers, Entergy said. Restoration continues where it is safe to do so and where power can be received. The company said in a statement, damage assessments are nearly complete, with only the Bayou region of Louisiana left to be assessed. About a quarter of New Orleans residents have had power restored, including all the city's hospitals and the city's 27 substations are ready to serve customers, said Deanna Rodriguez, Entergy New Orleans president and CEO. But hard-hit parts of the state are still struggling to restore any sense of normalcy. New Orleans Mayor Latoya Cantrell said the city will offer transportation starting on Saturday to any resident looking to leave the city and get to a public shelter. It already began moving some residents out of senior homes. Governor John Bell Edwards announced he would travel to St. Tammany, St. Helena, and Livingston parishes on Saturday to assess the damage from the storm. U.S. President Joe Biden visited Louisiana a day earlier, promising more federal aid to the state. Superstorms are going to come, and they're going to come more ferociously, said Biden, who linked the strength of the hurricane to climate change. This isn't about being a Democrat or a Republican. We're Americans, and we'll get through this together. Death toll rises. Hurricane Ida's death toll in Louisiana also rose to 9 on Saturday, with 2 more evacuating nursing home residents among the confirmed dead, authorities said. The new deaths were among evacuees at a Tangapuhoa Parish warehouse, now under state investigation after reports of squalid conditions. Sadly, we also can now confirm 2 additional deaths among nursing home residents who have been evacuated to the Tangapuhoa facility. The Louisiana Department of Health tweeted, "This brings the death toll of nursing home residents evacuated to this city to 6, it said." Meanwhile, northeastern U.S. states started the Labor Day holiday weekend digging through debris by the deadly deluge that killed more than 44 people and caused public transportation in New York City to grind to a halt. Local operators promised to restore some lines before the start of the work week on Tuesday. So there you have it, man. This Hurricane Ida, man. First of all, I want to say rest in peace to the people who got hit by, who perished, who passed, and my condolences to their families, friends and families. That was just, man, that was crazy. Yeah, so, and also, I'm in New York City. We got hit terribly. I tried to travel. It took me, me just going from New York City to Westchester, White Plains, by the way. It took me about over 3 hours to just get from a trip that would normally take about an hour or, about an hour by train, by the Metro North. But because the trains wasn't running, I had to take like a scenic route. And, man, that was just crazy. That was crazy traveling the other day. And like I said, the Metro North was not the only, that was completely shut down. That's the train that runs from New York City, like Grand Central Station, to Westchester and further up in New York, north of New York. Heads up to the north part of New York, up the Hudson, and things like that. So, but anyway, man, it was just crazy traveling. Like I said, there was no service. The regular MTA trains also, they were running the day after the flooding ended. After it stopped, after that night, that crazy night. But a lot of trains were only running limited service. Like it wasn't going all the way up to like the Bronx and stuff like that. It went to like the lower part of the South Bronx area, but it wouldn't go up to like the northern part of the Bronx. So people had to get off and take buses if they wanted to go further up. It was just crazy. And, another thing is a lot of people, whenever that happens in the city, like the taxi cabs, Uber, Lyft, they all jack up their prices. They know people need to go get somewhere. So that's another thing. Prices went sky high. And, people were paying it because they had to get to their destination. So, that was crazy. But man, thank God, I know this is hurricane season. We pretty much, every hurricane season, we got to really just hope and pray that we don't get anything too serious. United States period, hopefully there are no deaths and people losing homes. And, I saw cars that was literally turned over, like literally upside down with the wheels in the air. And not the hands in the air, I say wheels in the air. And that was crazy. I've seen cars that was, parts of Westchester was getting 3 inches of rain an hour. So in like 3 hours, you had like 9 or 10 inches of rain. Cars, I saw pictures that, of cars that were, the water was literally up over the bumper, over the hood. All you saw was the glass around the car, the windshield and the door windows and the back window. Like little cars with that covered in water, And some parts, people were still like, there was one, I forgot what part in the tri-state area, there was a guy still delivering food, like DoorDash. I don't know which company he was working for. They showed a video of a guy still like, I want some hero stuff. I'm still going to deliver this stuff with his bicycle. He was pushing his bike through the water and had the bag in the other hand, delivering, I don't know, food to someone, DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever he company worked for. But man, that was something. But anyway, man, thank God this thing is over. And once again, my heart goes out to everyone that was affected by it, who lost loved ones and all that. And thank God also Louisiana wasn't, they got hit hard. They lost a lot of power. They lost people. But Hurricane Katrina, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, actually killed more people because of they didn't have that levee in place, which they have now. I think that was major. Once after Katrina, they built some type of levee, and if they didn't get it could have been worse if they haven't built that. So let's just put it that way. So, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys out there, man. I felt that it was something very important to talk about, and we need to keep each other posted on everything and all that. So, and basically, yeah, the bottom line is that's basically my bottom line, man. We just got to make sure we try to put things in place to prepare for situations like this, every year. And also, I would say Houston. I heard that Houston was basically, if something bad happens, they're like, I heard that they were sitting ducks if something like this happens. Again, they need to do something now so far as if something happens. Like I was reading a story on that. Houston need to build something in case of, in case of something like that. But, yeah, look out for new content on YouTube every Sunday. I'll also be on It's Real Talk Radio with Tay Real every Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. To listen online, just go to itsrealtalkradio.com. To listen by phone, call 563-999-3434 at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, and dial 1 if you like to speak. This week's topic on This Real Talk Radio is going to be about 9/11 tribute 20 years later. 9/11 tribute 20 years later. So we'll be talking about that. And you can also reach me at BobbyGRealTalk@gmail.com. I'll be releasing new content on YouTube every Sunday. And with that being said, this is Real Talk with Bobby G, the voice of New York, signing off. Peace.